your hands together, start clapping. Not me, you've lost weight. I've got a fetish for hummus. I like to watch my chick pee. We've got 10 minutes of this. My wife said to me, why don't you grow a beard? I said, we don't have to do everything together. I said to her, you seen someone else? She said, only when you're shagging me. We called our first child Justin. It reminds us of how he was conceived. And the second lad, he was conceived in Hertfordshire, and that time it was Welling. Saw a great documentary on Netflix the other day. It was called The Love Life of Napoleon. Yeah, it was really good, especially the Bonaparte. There's a statue of one of the UK's greatest singers in Hawaii. I think it's there to honour Lulu. Sad news, folks. King Kong's ill. But Godzilla. Sad news, folks. The wife's left me. And she's taken the remote control. No woman, no sky. It's okay, I still watch the cricket for free. Go down the local crematorium, get to see the ashes. Got a part-time job in a bowling alley. I'm temping. I met my wife in a slaughterhouse. She was a stunner. I was trying to explain to her the other day about the problem I've got with premature ejaculation, but he went way over her head. We all love Robbie Williams, don't we, eh?
Yeah.
Of course we do. Robbie Williams, I'll tell you, stop using King's Cross Station. He's loving Angel instead. You want another one like that? Yeah, Robbie Williams. He doesn't like Karl Marx. He's loving Engels instead. You want another one? Yeah, okay. Robbie Williams. He doesn't like bars of soap. He's loving hand gel instead. One more? Yeah, it's a bit rude, this one. Still want it? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Robbie Williams, he doesn't like the missionary position. He's loving anal instead. Anyway, I missed the live coverage of the World Hairdressing Championships, but I managed to catch the highlights. Don't you think the lights in Chinese restaurants are too bright? They need to dim some. I left my dentures at the opera the other day, but fortunately I had a falsetto. I was gutted not to make the high jump team at university. Never got over it. My younger lad said, Dad, do you want to join our street gang? I said, yeah, I'll give it a stab. I'm no good at crosswords, but I'm not too down. Used to play a lot of chess, play for Hackney Chess Club. Last game I played, actually, I won the game, and then I had sex with my opponent. No, it was all above board. My mother was a very strange woman. She was a medium. My father was an extra large. Went to an Afro-Caribbean restaurant the other day. The guy said, jerk chicken? I said, I'd rather eat it. When I was 15, my mother caught me masturbating. Oh God, she started screaming and shouting. I said, calm down, Mum. Get a grip. Should we lighten the mood a bit? Suicide bombers. What makes them tick? We don't know how many people were killed in the war against terror because there's a Taliban. Do you want to hear my joke about Elton John? Yeah! It's a little bit funny. I don't get paid for doing these jokes, you know. Been offered big money to stop. No, Elton John, he loves a salad. Well, he's a rocket man. Went to a Japanese restaurant the other day, came back with a bento. We've got a French electrician. He's called Serge. His father was in the resistance. It's the first time I've heard it. We've got a Romanian travel agent, very good if you want to book a rest. Got a Mexican carpet fitter, he does the underlay. Got a Swedish courier, he's okay, but if you're not in, he just takes the stock home. I've written a book about Joseph Fritzl. Yeah, it's a bestseller. Yeah. Do you want a lesson in economics, folks? Yeah, just to lighten the mood a little bit. Yeah, I'll give you a lesson in economics. In 1997, the day that Tony Blair came into office, myself and my dear wife, we bought a house in Stoke Newington, up the road, for £135,000. Okay? Yeah. So it's now 28 years on, isn't it? Something like that, yeah, 27, whatever it is anyway. And yeah, we get all the estate agents around. One says 1.4 million, one says 1.6 million. The twat from Dexter says 1.9 million. Thing is, folks, it's all paid for. So fuck you, hipsters. Yeah. Anyway, went to see the dog. I've got to spend a lot. How old do you think I am, by the way?
20.
45.
Yeah. I turned 70 last year. Still do what you people do. Yeah. Went out clubbing last night. I'll tell you what, those seals put up a good fight. I spend a lot of time at the doctor's, as you can imagine. I went there the other day. I went to see the doctor about my prostate, and I got the thumbs up. I was in there last week, actually. I said, I can't stop eating polo mints. He said, you've got a mental health problem. He said, I can't see you now. Come back after 8. Any foot amputees in tonight? Yeah, that's a relief. I'm lactose intolerant. Yeah. Anyway, I was thrown out of a wedding last week just because I shouted, "We never learn." And I got convicted of stealing a load of electric guitars from a warehouse, and the judge described me as a serial offender. Any football fans in tonight? Yeah. Well, I follow Leighton Orient. Okay. Actually, I've got a bit of news about football. It's quite simple, really, that Shakespeare's wife was no good at football because she couldn't get past the Hathaway line. Now, I've got a joke, which is quite an interesting one, because this one got 986,000 views on Instagram, and I kid you not, yeah. And to be honest with you, I don't even think it's that funny, but I'll try it on you. The fact that many people viewed it was like crazy, wasn't it? So the joke is, I'm opening a fish and chip shop in Brunei. I'm going to call it Salt and Vinegar. I love that quiz program for hat makers, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Or they've got a version of it in Italy. It's called Who Wants to Be a Milan Air? Anyway, my sister's daughter is one of those doctors that puts you to sleep before an operation. So I've got an anaesthetist. So anyway, yeah, it's quite interesting really. I pay my osteopath by backs. Okay, that one went down well. Actually, I used to date, before I'll tell you about my wife. She said, why don't we spice it up in the bedroom? She said, let's play doctors and patients. So I put her on a trolley and left her in the hall for 5 hours. No, seriously, and when I went for a tour of the Vatican, PayPal. That's not paid. Never run out of Viagra. I've got a standing order. I'm opening a pop-up shop. I'm kind as well, you know. Yeah, I went to fix my Danish friend's sound system. But apparently I wasn't supposed to bang Olaf's son. I lost my job as a primary school teacher. I was talking about the wrong type of threesome. No, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Now, when I was much younger, actually, before I met my wife, I dated a woman tennis player. She was a very good tennis player. So when we went back to her place, and she said, "How old are you?" I said, 40, love. Next morning, I said, "How would you rate my performance?" She said, "New balls, please." My dad, my young lad said to me, "Dad, can my friend come with us to the island off the Mediterranean?" I said, "Of course he can." And Michael came. You know where he likes to go on holiday? The Amalfi Coast. Whoa! No, okay, you didn't get that one because you're all too bloody young. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave you on a couple of interesting jokes. I mean, some of these. I started writing these jokes. I started doing comedy 10 years ago because I used to work Saturday nights. I'm an editor and copywriter and that kind of shit. I've written three, 4 books published, yeah. So anyway, one of the interesting thing, I worked at the Sunday People on a Saturday night doing the football, and this is how I got into writing these jokes, because you have to think of a pun very quickly. So even if you don't like football, you'll understand the context. So it's a very masculine and like right-wing thuggish kind of vibe when you go and work in this kind of place. You know, it's like, I want it fucking now, you got to do it now. You know, it's like screaming and shouting. You know, like I've got this joke, for instance. I was in an estate agent's the other day, and the guy said, "Why don't you fuck off?" I said, "You've got to let's." So you got to like things like this. You know, you're really under massive pressure. You know, these guys don't mess about, and they're standing there. "I want this headline now, you scumbag." And that's what it was like the whole time. So I'll give you the context of one game and how I had to come up with something really quickly. So Queen's Park Rangers, the team in West London, they lost 4-0 at home. The manager was a guy called Stuart Houston, who used to play for Manchester United. They lost 4-0 at home. He's standing over me, "I want the headline." I said, "Okay, it's dead simple really. Houston, we have a problem." We might have another one as well, which my dear friend Andy Cooper, who worked there and went on to big things in the media, he came out with, I think, the best joke ever. It was like Chelsea around 2000, and they had a goalkeeper called Dmitry Karin, Russian guy from Moscow, and he was the goalkeeper, and he saved a penalty in the last minute, and he came up Andy Cooper from Russia with Glove. It's very clever. But I think the best one I got was when Niall Quinn, who played for Manchester City among many other clubs, this would be about 25 years ago, and he missed a penalty in the last minute, and I came up with Death on the Nile. Anyway, it's been a real pleasure performing for you tonight. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me home, I don't mind, whatever. Actually, I've got a couple of jokes actually, which usually get a big roar of a laugh at the end, so let's see how these work, okay? So, I was talking to my neighbour the other day, and he said to me, does your wife give you a blowjob? I said, no, but yours does. And the other one is crazy, this one. What do you say to your wife after sex? So, I'll be home in half an hour, honey. Everybody, please give it a round of applause.